It's a great metaphor about Argentinian people, about the struggle for democracy in the bigger sense. And what Horacio Ferrer did, he wrote this beautiful metaphorical poetry about the journey of Maria from the underbelly of Buenos Aires into the big city where she gets confronted in her struggle for life and gets killed by murderers and thieves and goes into the shadow world where she is tortured and then she's reborn.
The character as a whole, I think, would resonate with any woman, any human. It sort of tells the story of a loss of innocence. The first step was research. I didn't know anything about the Dirty War, I think because nobody really talks about it.
Providing a context of real life is important to me, and I think it was easy to maybe do Maria just as a tango opera in the sense, focusing on the dance, but I think it was really important to make it a story about real people. And there are 30,000 people or more disappeared during the Dirty War, which is the military terror regime during the 70s and the early 80s. And it's important to remember.
This was the first piece that I ever did in an Argentinian accent, which was a whole experience. I mean, it's such an amazing accent, and it's such a fusion of sounds. I do sing a pretty big range of styles of opera, but Andreas Midasek, being my director and conductor in this piece, was so adamant that this cannot be sung like opera. So for me, we dropped things down an octave often because he wanted it to be absolutely guttural, primal, and not your average opera singing. It's not technically an opera, it's a tango opera, which for me is a blast.
There's a saying in Argentina, you can meddle with anything but not with the tango, and that's what Astor Piazzolla did. So he made a lot of enemies when he started infusing the tango with new energy and different forms. But he succeeded, and he's probably the best known name for tango now in the world.
This is the most physically demanding role I've ever done. Movement is more and more a priority for opera, which I think is great, because it really heightens the whole experience of opera.
What we want to show is that this piece has meaning that goes beyond just a beautiful piece with beautiful poetry.
It would be impossible for anyone sitting in the audience not to feel something in this show. And I think so often in theater, we as an audience, even for myself, when I'm in the audience, sometimes I treat what I'm seeing as if I'm watching a film or I'm watching the television. And live theater is so different in that way, should be different in that way. And I think that this piece really grabs you and does not let you go until literally the last second of light. And I think that that's a pretty powerful feeling.